Hello, happy whatever day it is for you in the future. On this day, it is Monday in real time, and I don't know if you can see outside my window, but it is snowing, and it is April 19th. So I thought today we would take a nice yin chill restorative practice today, prop free so that you don't have any curveballs. But if you would like to grab a pillow, a folded blanket, maybe even a block or two, if you are doing this in the future and have time to grab props, those would be some helpful things that could support you during your practice. Otherwise, let's go ahead and take advantage of this nice snow day in April to get our yin on. So let's come down to lay flat on our back, knees up to the sky. When we get there, we're going to heel toe the feet as wide as the mat so that the arches are still on the mat, outsides of the feet are off the mat, toes are pointing towards the front edge of your mat. And then we let the knees dip towards each other, come to rest and kiss together. This is where we will stay for our first posture, our meditation, as we start to tap into the breath, inhaling in through the nose, down into the belly. Hands can rest wherever they fall naturally. For me, it is an act of comfort to have my hands on my belly, so that's where I have them today. You can have them down at your sides, palms up. Maybe one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Maybe you have palms face down on the tops of the thighs. You may even bring the arms into cactus arm posture, elbows in line with the shoulders, squaring off 90 degrees, fingers extended out past the top of the head. Long exhale. You feel the belly start to grow heavy. Belly button sinks closer to the spine with each exhale. You start to feel the connection to the mat in all four corners of the torso. Shoulder blades and elbows melt into the earth. Turn your attention back to your breath if you've lost it. Deep inhale in through the nose. Long extended exhales. And you just focus on your breath. So things that you can expect from a yin practice. We will hold poses a little longer than normal. Some of these we do incorporate into our regular weekly practices. But we usually combine it with some sort of flow as well. Today, we're just going to zen out with some yin, holding postures for an extended period of time to help break down any unforgiving muscle memory, to help loosen fascia around the connective tissue, around our muscles and joints, helping to improve flexibility, strengthen stability, and deepen our relaxation response. Feel free to move the hands and arms to a different position if the one that you've been holding is now uncomfortable. You're allowed to change your mind. Stay here for 5 more breath cycles, really making them count with deep inhales and long extended exhales. After your next exhale, or when you feel satisfied, we'll keep the eyes closed just for relaxation's sake. We'll heel toe, the feet back in line together until the arches and the toes kiss together. We inhale, lift both feet high, shins are parallel to the mat. We're here as a transition, arms come out to a T, palms face down. Inhale, exhale, we're keeping the knees and the arches together as we send both legs over off the left side of the mat. Both shoulders stay pinned down to the ground. Our first twist. Again, we will be holding our yin poses longer than we normally do. So take a moment to settle in. Notice how you feel. Notice any areas that are tense or tight. Maybe notice if you're surprised by that or if that was expected. Got this deep twist in the abdomen. So when we send the breath down into the belly on the inhale, and draw the belly button back towards the spine on the exhale. You can feel this internal massage of the lower body organs, lower abdomen organs, being massaged by the breath. Feel free to flip the palms face up if that feels better, more relaxing. We're here for 2 more minutes. So really sink in. Prop option here, if you're doing this in the future, bringing a folded blanket, a pillow, or a block underneath the left knee to bring the earth up to you a little bit. Another option is to bring a folded blanket or a pillow in between the knees just for a little extra joint support. And in our last minute, I would encourage you to notice anywhere where the muscle still feels like it's supporting the bone, and see if you can let go. Take one more big inhale together. And exhale, we use our palms against the earth and our abdomen to draw ourselves back up through center. And we take it right over to the other side. Immediately noticing how this side feels different. Maybe you're tighter in the side body, the intercostals in between the ribs, or maybe sore and tight. Maybe it's the shoulder on this side. It's carrying a little bit more tension. Maybe the groin and inner thigh is uncomfortable here. In that case, please grab a pillow for in between your knees. And stick with the breath, inhaling down into the belly, allowing the muscle to release its grip on the bone. Giving the muscle permission to release the support of the body. Take one more big inhale here. Exhale, we draw belly button to spine, bringing ourselves back up through center, gently kissing the soles of the feet down to the earth. We bring arches together, toes together, knees open wide. Recline bound angle, Supta Baddha Konasana. We've been here before, but we're going to hold this today for longer than normal. Prop option here to bring blocks or stacks of books or pillows to the outside of the knee and or thigh for extra support. Option to drape a blanket across the pelvis and low abdomen, maybe tucking the sides of the blanket right underneath the hips. If you have a yoga strap at home, option to incorporate that, maybe binding the strap across the upper thighs, or maybe wrapping the strap around the outside of the feet, draping it up across the inner thighs and wrapping it around the low back. Let the belly grow nice and heavy here, allowing gravity to work for us. As we allow this big opening in the hips, the inner thighs, the groin, energetically the root. Belly grows so heavy. Belly button pulls back towards the spine. The ribs grow nice and soft, creating this concave right at the diaphragm. We send the breath right down to the pelvis. We're here for one more minute. Really giving permission for the inner thigh to release. Take one more inhale here. And exhale, we use the hands on the outside of the thighs to gently, slowly guide the knees back together. We immediately drop both knees over to the left as we curl onto our side, almost like we're coming into fetal position. Adjust yourself back onto the mat so you're laying right in the midline. Once we're here, we're going to take the top leg, extend it out off the long edge of the mat in front of the bottom leg. Top leg stays bent at the knee, but knee, calf, sole of the foot kiss down to the earth. We're going to slide the back leg behind us in space so that the knee is in line with the front of the hip. We draw the heel up towards the glute as much as is comfortable. You can stay here with arm tucked right up underneath the head, or you can reach behind you, grabbing the top of the foot of the back leg, or the bottom leg, excuse me. Giving this exaggerated stretch in the front of the bottom leg by using this connection in our hand. Option here, if you have a strap and you're practicing in the future, to use the strap as an extension of your hand, wrapping the strap around the top of the foot. If a strap is not available to you, the strap of a robe would be perfect. Maybe a kitchen towel. And get a little creative. Now that we're in position, let's start to allow a release in the muscles. Let's first bring our attention to the glute of the bottom leg. Yeah, that was clenched up, wasn't it? Nice release in the glute so that the rest of the leg can relax. Prop option here is to bring a folded blanket underneath the hip, just for a little extra padding and support. Another option, if you have a block or you want to roll up a blanket and place it underneath the armpit to give yourself a little more elevation and S-curve in the side body. Little fascia release in the outside of the shoulder. Let's stay for 2 more breath cycles. Excellent. And gently we'll release our hold on the back leg, the bottom leg, bringing it straight. Easy transition here. The top hand is going to come right by the face as we lift the head and shift chest and belly right onto the ground. Top leg is going to stay bent, so we're coming into a half frog posture here. Palms stack one on top of the other as we drop the forehead right onto the palms. You can always adjust that top leg, maybe bring it the knee a little closer to the armpits. You can certainly extend the hands out in front of the mat, dropping the forehead or the left ear all the way down to the earth. Prop option to bring a folded blanket right underneath the low abdomen, the pelvis. Take 2 more breath cycles here. After your last exhale, we will extend the right arm out long, half T at your side, pinning the front of the shoulder down to the mat. We drop the left ear onto the earth if it was not there already. Right hand comes palm face down right in front of the face. You can move that the right leg, back to meet the left. As we inhale, exhale, pressing in to the right hand, we lift and open the chest up towards the ceiling. If it feels good, to bring that right leg up and over, knee up towards the sky. Big stretch in the left shoulder, left pectoral muscle, but also the right thigh, right hip, abdomen. Stay for 1 more breath cycle. Exhale, we gently roll and unravel back onto the belly. Forehead kisses the earth. Right arm extends out long off the top of the mat. We lift the chest slightly, lifting the right armpit and bringing the left arm underneath the right for a modified thread the needle. Left palm is face down as we just get a counter stretch to the shoulder. Feet stay in line with the hips and we drop the forehead down towards the mat, Chin rests on the outside of the left arm. Stay for one more breath cycle. Exhale, we press into the right hand to lift the chest and head, allowing the left arm to unravel. We're going to roll onto our right side, taking this little sequence on the other side. So fetal position, middle of your mat, facing the right side of your mat. We curl the arm under, making a pillow for our head. If that's uncomfortable on your arm, you could get an actual pillow or your folded blanket. We lift the top leg and allow it to come in front of the bottom leg. Knee is bent. Maybe you draw it a little closer up to the abdomen. Exhale, we draw the bottom leg, knee in line with the hip. Heel up towards the glute, and then maybe we reach around, making contact with the top of the foot. Prop options, of course, are the strap that we talked about before. We're also bringing a knee bringing a pillow or padded blanket underneath the knee or ankle of the top leg. Maybe a blanket underneath the hip for extra padding. Adjustment option here to straighten the front leg if that feels good, or if you're needing a little bit more hamstring focus. Feel free to move around until you find that sweet spot. It'll look different than my sweet spot, different than your neighbor's sweet spot, and different even still from your sweet spot yesterday or tomorrow. Go ahead and do a body scan here, making sure we're allowing the muscles to release their support of the bone. And if that means you splay open a little further, maybe the chest opens to the sky a little further, that's okay. Take one more inhale here. And a long, full exhale. And at the end of our exhale, we'll gently release that bottom foot. Top arm comes down by the face as we begin to shift the torso, chest back down to kiss the mat. Hips square off. We keep the left leg bent as we find our half frog on the other side. Let's take one more breath here. And on the exhale, we'll draw the left leg back to meet the right. Right arm extends out long, half T at the side as we pin the shoulder, the front of the shoulder down to the mat. Left hand comes next to us, right at our face, elbow squares off 90-degree angle. Right ear comes down to the mat. We exhale, pressing into the left hand, exaggerating this stretch, rotating the pelvis up towards the ceiling. Right shoulder stays pinned firmly down to the earth. If it feels natural to lift that left leg up and arch it over the right, coming off the right side of the mat. One more inhale and exhale here. Full inhale. Long exhale. And at the end of your exhale, we'll gently unravel. Left arm extends out long, straight beyond the crown of the head as we lift the armpits, forehead, and chest slightly off the earth in order to bring the right arm underneath the left. Palm face down. We drop forehead down towards the earth, chin catches on the outside of the right bicep. Modified thread the needle. Okay, one more breath cycle here. Full inhale. Full exhale. And at the end of our exhale, we'll gently lift the head, chest, as we unravel. Both hands come right underneath the front of the shoulders. We transition by curling the toes under. Knees are going to stay on the ground. So we press into the palms on the exhale, lifting the chest, then the torso. We come up onto all fours, big toes kiss together. Knees as wide as the yoga mat. We sink the hips back and begin to drop the belly, chest and forehead into our final posture, extended child pose. Prop options here are to bring a couple of pillows right underneath the torso, chest, and allowing the head to lay on the pillows as well. Option as well to bring a blanket underneath the knees or in between the backs of the knees and the hamstrings. And final prop option is to bring a block, set of stacked books, or a pillow or a couple folded blankets right underneath the pelvis. Stay here for as long as you're able to. When you are ready to get up off the mat, please do so slowly and gently as you allow the practice of your yin yoga series today to move through your body. Plenty of water, so we did some ringing and detox movements as well, but you should sleep really great tonight. If you have any questions, you can definitely send them to Ellie. Otherwise, I will see you all later in the week, and I hope you enjoy this sort of snow day.